Imagine a baby, still in the womb, not yet born, not yet named, already sold. That's the horrifying reality uncovered by Indonesian police in one of the largest baby trafficking investigations in recent years. A senior police chief told the journalists something chilling. Some babies were already booked while still inside the womb. This is the story of how authorities uncovered a dark, international baby selling operation, where vulnerable mothers were targeted and newborns were quietly shipped across borders, mainly to Singapore. It started in 2023. For 2 years, at least 25 babies, tiny innocent lives, were taken from their mothers from Indonesia and sold to buyers in Singapore. But this week, the operation began to unravel. In dramatic raids across the cities of Pontianak and Tangerang, police arrested 13 suspects and rescued 6 babies, each under the age of 1. These babies were just days or weeks away from being trafficked. The head of criminal investigations in West Java, a man named Surawan, revealed how the group worked. The babies were first kept in Pontianak, he said. Before they were taken to Singapore, they were given immigration documents, fake ones. So, who were these traffickers? According to police, it was a well-organized network. They had recruiters who looked for desperate or struggling mothers, often on Facebook, caregivers who housed and cared for the babies before transport, forgers who created fake birth certificates and passports. The prices? Between 11 million and 16 million rupiah per baby. That's around 500 to 700 US dollars. Surprisingly, or perhaps not, many of the babies came from West Java, a province known for both high birth rates and economic struggles. So, how did these mothers agree to such a thing? The traffickers found their victims carefully, women who had been abandoned, assaulted, or were pregnant from short-term relationships. In a country where abortion is largely illegal, these women felt they had no options. A woman named Ai Ramayante, a commissioner from Indonesia's Child Protection Commission, explained it best. They offer sympathy. They say, "You can give birth here, and if you don't want to keep the baby, we'll help." But behind the scenes, they pay the mother, take the baby, and sell them illegally. Some of the places posing as shelters or clinics were actually part of the trafficking network. And get this, some parents later reported their children as kidnapped. But police say those complaints came only when the promised money didn't arrive. Still, if it's proven that parents willingly gave up their babies for cash, they too could face charges, human trafficking and violating child protection laws. As of now, Indonesian police are working closely with Interpol and Singaporean authorities to track down buyers and the babies who have already been taken abroad. Police say, "Our top priority is to find the adoptive parents in Singapore and the children." In many cases, it seems the babies' nationalities were even changed. Their original identities erased. Sadly, this isn't a new problem. The Indonesian Child Protection Commission says baby trafficking has been growing in recent years. In 2020, there were 11 cases. By 2023, that number had jumped to 59. And in 2024, babies were still being found for sale in cities like Depok, West Java, and even in Bali. You might be wondering, are babies in Bali more expensive? Actually, yes. In Java, babies sell for around 11 to 15 million rupiah. But in Bali, as much as 20 to 26 million? Why? One reason, heartbreakingly, is the baby's appearance. Some buyers are willing to pay more based on how the child looks. At the heart of this story is a tragic question. What drives a mother to sell her child? For some, it's poverty. For others, fear, abandonment, or shame. But for the traffickers, this was just business. Cold, calculated, and cruel. And for the babies? It's a life uprooted before it even begins. Authorities now hope that by exposing the truth and tracking down every child and buyer involved, they can bring justice to the victims and prevent this from happening again.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it, because some stories are meant to be discovered together. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next chapter.